Long before the first Clovis Point was chipped in New Mexico, before the glaciers of the last ice age carved the Great Lakes, and even before Homo sapiens walked out of Africa, there existed in the heart of Europe a civilization so advanced, so alien to our understanding of human history, that modern archaeology has spent a century trying to bury it, not because it's false, but because it's true. Hidden beneath the rolling hills of the Danube River Valley, near the modern border of Romania and Serbia, lies a network of tunnels, megalithic chambers, and obsidian libraries that carbon dating insists are over 200,000 years old, a timeline that shatters the accepted chronology of human development and implies that Homo sapiens were not the first intelligent builders on Earth. The locals call it Vatra, the hearth, and for generations shepherds have refused to graze their flocks near the stone circles that dot the Carpathian foothills, claiming the wind carries voices that speak in rhythms no human throat can produce. In 1908, a Hungarian geologist named László Kerekes stumbled upon the entrance to a subterranean complex while surveying for coal. What he found inside, a city carved from black basalt, with smooth walls, spiral corridors, and circular rooms containing tables of fused quartz. Defied explanation. He documented everything in a leather-bound journal, sketching glyphs that resembled no known language but pulsed with geometric precision, and noted that the air inside was unnaturally still, smelling of ozone and whetstone, and that his compass spun wildly, no matter where he stood. When he returned with a team of 6 engineers, only Kerekes came back, his journal filled with frantic additions. They are not ruins, they are waiting rooms. The builders did not die. They left through the walls. He vanished a month later, his body never found, his journal confiscated by Austro-Hungarian authorities and sealed in a vault labelled Geological Anomaly, Do Not Open. For decades, Vatra was forgotten, until 1972 when Romanian miners drilling for copper near the Iron Gates struck a hollow space 300 metres underground. Inside, they found a chamber lined with hexagonal tiles of polished obsidian, each etched with star maps that matched no known epoch, showing constellations rearranged as they would have appeared 210,000 years ago. At the centre stood a 3-metre-tall monolith of meteoric iron, humming at a frequency that made the miners' teeth ache and their skin crawl. One worker, overcome by curiosity, touched it and screamed as visions flooded his mind. Vast cities of glass and light beneath glaciers that had not yet formed, beings with elongated skulls walking calmly as ice sheets advanced, and a final exodus through stone doors that opened into sound. He died that night, his brain hemorrhaged, his eyes frozen wide. The Romanian government, fearing panic or foreign interest, sealed the site with concrete and declared it a geothermal fault zone, but not before a single obsidian tile was smuggled out by a disillusioned engineer, who sold it to a private collector in Vienna, the same tile now rumoured to reside in a locked vault beneath the Vatican, alongside other artefacts the Church deems too dangerous for public knowledge. What makes Vatra impossible is not its age alone, but its technology. Unlike Göbekli Tepe or Stonehenge, which show early ritual complexity, Vatra exhibits hallmarks of a society that mastered energy manipulation, acoustic engineering, and non-linear timekeeping. The walls are not chiselled but melted, as if shaped by focused heat, yet show no soot or residue. The corridors form a perfect Fibonacci spiral, aligning not with solstices, but with the precession of Earth's axial tilt over 26,000-year cycles. In one chamber, explorers found a library of flat, palm-sized discs, made of an unknown alloy, each etched with micro-grooves that, when spun on a quartz spindle, emit harmonic tones that induce trance states, and, in some listeners, memories of places they've never been. Linguists who've studied the glyphs from smuggled fragments say they don't represent language but mathematical concepts, equations for resonance, gravity modulation, and dimensional folding. Most chillingly, every chamber contains a small alcove holding a humanoid skeleton, but not human. The skulls are 30% larger than Homo sapiens, with no brow ridges, elongated finger bones, and rib cages that suggest they breathed a denser atmosphere. DNA analysis from a 1998 black market sample, later destroyed, showed mitochondrial markers that didn't match any known hominin, Neanderthal, Denisovan, or otherwise. The Roman Empire knew of Vatra. In the writings of Pliny the Elder, buried in a footnote about barbarian superstitions, he mentions a silent city in Dacia where no bird sings, no wolf howls, and the ground drinks sound. Trajan's column, erected to celebrate his Dacian conquests, includes one puzzling panel: Roman soldiers fleeing a cave mouth, their faces contorted in terror, while shadowy figures with no eyes stand motionless inside. The Catholic Church followed suit. In 1243, Pope Gregory IX issued a secret bull never published ordering the Knights Templar to locate and sanitize all entrances to the subterranean heresy in Eastern Europe. Templar records recovered from Cyprus describe burning entire villages that knew the old paths and filling sinkholes with holy water and salt. Even Napoleon's engineers, mapping the Balkans in 1809, marked the Vatra region a zone of acoustic silence, a void after dusk. But the most damning evidence comes from modern science. In 2014, satellite LIDAR scans commissioned by the European Space Agency revealed a perfectly circular structure 1.2 kilometers wide, buried 80 meters beneath the Danube floodplain, its geometry too precise for natural formation, its depth too great for Neolithic builders. Ground-penetrating radar detected hollow spaces, metallic objects, and a low-frequency vibration emanating from the center, pulsing once every 17 minutes, the same interval reported by miners in 1972. In 2021, a leaked NATO report classified the site as potential non-human intelligence NHI origin and recommended permanent quarantine. Yet the truth remains: America was uninhabited 20,000 years ago. Vatra was already ancient 200,000 years before that. This means Europe hosted an intelligent, structured civilization while the Americas were still locked under ice, and while our ancestors were still napping flint in African savannas. It rewrites human history not as a linear ascent, but as a series of collapses and awakenings, with Vatra as the first forgotten dawn. Locals still whisper that on certain nights when the Danube is still and the moon is new, you can hear it, a deep, resonant hum rising from the earth like a stone bell ringing in a void. Some say it's the city waking. Others say it's a warning, but all agree, do not answer. For the builders of Vatra did not leave because they died. They left because they learned something about reality that made staying too dangerous. And if their city still hums, perhaps they're waiting to see if we've learned it too, or if we'll repeat their mistake.